Rest in peace to Malcolm Jamal Warner. Such incredibly sad news to report that we lost Jamal on yesterday, but we just found out today news reports started to come in. But apparently, it's reported that while he was on vacation in Costa Rica, he was swimming um, and he got caught in a high current and drowned. How untimely and sad. You know, it's a sting for us that grew up with Malcolm in our living room, watching the Cosby Show. You know, um, Malcolm led a private life. He was not in the news media doing all kind of crazy things. Malcolm was an upstanding kind of guy, right? And so this is incredibly sad, to lose your life while you're out enjoying life. And like I said, this is a sting for us, those that grew up in the Cosby Show area, I'm sorry, era. The Cosby Show ran from 1984 until 1992. And of course, Malcolm was Theodore Huxtable. Um, you know, and it was a show, The Cosby Show was a show that showed Black people in a positive light. I love Good Times. I still watch Good Times, right? But Good Times showed Black people in a poverty, and it was true, and not that it wasn't true. You know, a lot of Black people were in poverty back then, but Good Times showed the poverty side and the struggle. The Black man can't get a job, and if he do get a job, he's only making 50 cents an hour. And so when the Cosby Show came, it showed us in a different era. Um, Claire was a lawyer. Cliff, played by Bill Cosby, was a doctor. So, you know, there was no struggle. They raised their kids with the best values. And the kids went off, I don't know if all of them went to college. I don't remember, but nobody went off and did something crazy, right? But anyway, the show was it showed Black people in a good light. It didn't show us struggling, it showed us being successful. And so those, like I say, grew up in that era. It was a area era. It was a sting. And it is a sting, and it's incredibly sad. you know, um, Prayers and thoughts to his family. He had a daughter, he had a wife, I think, but he kept them private. He never mentioned their name. And so, God rest his soul, and his legacy will live on.